The Kansas City T-Bones proudly present T-Bones Baseball on the Air. Members of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball Clubs and home of fun, well done. The T-Bones Broadcast Network is brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Now let's head out to the ballpark for the starting lineups and the first pitch with the voice of the T-Bones, Nathan Moore.
Welcome, T-Bones fans, to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore here on this blistering hot day in southern Texas as we welcome you in to Unitrade Stadium here in Laredo. The T-Bones coming to this action as they dropped the first game of the four-game series last night in a 2-1 rubber match. Aaron Baker took the loss for the T-Bones last night, and Kamakani Usui, couldn't get that right, picked up the win last night for Laredo. Each team was scoreless until the 6th inning, and then Laredo scored, and T-Bones were scoreless till the 8th. They had an opportunity late in the top of the 9th. They were sent down an order by Usui, and then eventually Alvaro Rondon lofted a sacrifice fly to center field, which scored Dennis Phipps, and thus made the final score 2-1. That loss dropped the T-Bones to 22-28 on the season, as they're currently 6 games behind Lincoln, who holds the Central Division lead at 28-22. Lincoln did pick up a win yesterday over the Texas Air Hogs, 5-4. Laredo comes in this one, second in the South Division. They are currently leading the wild card, on the other hand, now, as they are 2.5 games behind Wichita at 30-21 on the season. Elsewhere in the American Association, Joplin will be traveling to Wichita. Texas is at Lincoln. Sioux City at Winnipeg. Gary, South Shore at Fargo-Moorhead. Joplin and Wichita had a doubleheader today. Kansas City and Laredo. And Sioux Falls is at St. Paul. Today's lineup is Tyson Gillies leading off for the T-Bones. Brett Wiley batting second. Jake Blackwood third. Anthony Gallos fourth. Tyler Massey fifth. Dalton Wheat sixth. Vladimir Frias seventh. Steve Swingle eighth. And Sergio Leon ninth. First pitch to Gillies is in there for a strike. On the mound for Laredo is Troy Marks. Marks is in his first season here in Laredo. So the next pitch is off of Gillies' right elbow. He'll wear it proudly and sprint down to first as the T-Bones have a runner on to start the game. And it is the speedy leadoff hitter, Tyson Gillies. Like I was saying about Troy Marks, he spent last season in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization after coming over from the Frontier League. And he went through all 5 levels in the Diamondbacks organization. That, of course, excluding the major leagues. He went from low A, single A, high A, double A, and triple A. And last season altogether, he went 2-1 with a 3.10 ERA, making 26 appearances, 7 starts, and 61 innings pitched. He struck out 34 and walked 12. Brett Wiley up to the plate now. First pitch to Wiley is inside, 1-0. Last night, Wiley continued his, I guess you could call it a tear, but at this point we're getting used to it, as he went 3 for 4 yesterday with the RBI that scored the lone T-Bones run. Starlin Rodriguez not in the lineup today. We've become accustomed to him being the leadoff hitter, but he came up kind of gimpy on a sliding play at second last night. I'm sure Mazzarelli's just giving him the time off. Next pitch to Wiley almost hits him. He gets out of the way. 2-0 count. Wiley gets under it and lost it to shallow center field. Pulfer lets it drop in front of him. It'll be runners on first and second as Brett Wiley picks up his 4th hit of this series. He gets a single with a runner on first, putting runners on first and second. That opens the door for Jake Blackwood. Last night, Blackwood went 1 for 3. And on the season, Jake Blackwood is batting .257 with 7 home runs and a team-leading 37 RBIs. Troy Marks is a 6'5" right-handed pitcher out of Fresno, California, spending some time in the JUCO leagues at Fresno City College and then at UNLV. Marks comes set, checks on the runners. No one holding either. First pitch to Blackwood is right down the pipe. With the fastball for strike one. Marks takes his time getting back onto the mound. Last time out for Marks was July 7th at Texas. He picked up the win in that 15-6 contest. Next pitch is right in the same spot, 0-2 down to Blackwood. He went 5 1/3, giving up 5 runs, all earned, 7 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. On the season, he comes in with a 2-3 record, an ERA of 5.28 with 14 appearances, half of those being starts. Blackwood just tries to stick his bat in the zone and stay defensive, and he does as he fouls the next pitch back. Count remains 0-2. Around the diamond, the Lemurs look like this. Cesar Valera gets a start at third. Alvaro Rondon at short, J.D. Pulfer at second, Abel Nieves at first. Outfield left to right, Leandro Castro, Drew Martinez, and Dennis Phipps. Zane Chavez will do the catching for Troy Marks. Marks comes set. Blackwood lines that to right field. The wind will catch it and bring it in as Dennis Phipps catches it, stumbles, and Tyson Gillies will tag up and make his way to third. There'll be runners on the corner now for Anthony Gallus with 1 down. Last night, Gallus went 1 for 4. And on the season, Anthony Gallus is batting .214 with the team leading 9 home runs and 21 RBIs, which is third on the team. Marks gets the sign and checks on Wiley at first. First pitch is a breaking ball that finds the zone, 0-1. Last season, Anthony Gallus spent time in 2 levels in the Cleveland Indians organization at AA and AAA. On the season last season, he batted .250 with 17 home runs and 55 RBIs. Marks comes sets again, and Gallus gets under it and just fouls it off. Back and out of the park, 0-2. Last night, there was a decently small crowd here in Laredo. 447 was the reported attendance. I'd like to say that was cut in half. So far today, I can count how many people are in the stands that I can see just on one hand. There's 5 in that section, 9 in that section, 5 in that section, 4 in that section, and then 2 down there, so 11 people are here. Next pitch is outside to Gallus, 1-2. The T-Bones are wearing their black road uniforms, the oxblood lettering, and the gray pants. The Lemurs are wearing their digital camo tops with the white pants, and black hats with the gold brim. Mark's breaking ball fools Gallus, and he goes down swinging for the second out. Tyler Massey will come on now in a run-producing opportunity with 2 down and the runners on the corner. Last night, Tyler Massey went 2 for 4, raising his average to .286. With that .286 average, he also has 5 home runs and 20 RBIs, while scoring 30 runs, which is the team lead. Marks comes set. First pitch to Massey is outside, 1-0. Tyler Massey is batting .250 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Next pitch is a fastball. It's way inside, but it's a called strike, 1-1. Today's umpires, first base umpire is Gilbert Sines, third base umpire is Jerry Martinez, and behind the plate is Marty Bauer. 1-1 count now to Massey. Massey lines that right up the middle. That'll score Gillies. Wiley rounds second. He'll make his way to third. And it'll be runners on the corner again with 2 down as Tyler Massey gets a run across early as the T-Bones lead 1-0 through 2/3 innings here in Laredo. Last night, the T-Bones had plenty of opportunities to score, and they ended up leaving. I believe the final number was 9 runners on base. Yes, it was. And 6 of them were left in scoring position. Dalton Wheat will find his way up to the plate now. Last night, Dalton Wheat went 0 for 4. First pitch to Wheat is outside, 1-0. Marks will check on Massey at first. He dives back safely. With runners in scoring position and 2 outs, Dalton Wheat is batting a low .231 in 13 appearances with 4 RBIs. On the season, he's batting a healthy .309 with 14 RBIs and 6 runs scored. Next pitch is way inside as well. 2-0 count now to Wheat. Inside again to Wheat, and Wheat's way ahead, and he can toy with Marks now. The 3-0 count. On deck for the T-Bones is Vladimir Frias. Marks comes set. That one's right down the middle, right where I thought it'd be. 3-1 with the 3-0 count. You really can't toy with anybody. No breaking balls, no nothing, unless you really want to, unless you feel comfortable putting the guy on. But Dalton Wheat having speed, you'd have speed at all 3 bases with Tyler Massey and Brett Wiley already on the corners. Marks comes set for the 3-1. Massey runs. Chavez no throw, and Tyler Massey will take second anyways, as that walked Dalton Wheat. That'll load the bases now for Vladimir Frias. It's the second walk of the inning if you count the hit by pitch, which I still do. But I'll load the bases regardless for Vladimir Frias. I'll have a little meeting at the mound with Chavez going out to talk to his young pitcher. Last night, Vladimir Frias went 0 for 4. That drops his average to .209. But the bases loaded this season, Frias has had 5 opportunities. He's gone hitless in all those opportunities, but he has picked up 3 RBIs. Marks takes his time for this ever so important at bat. First pitch to Frias is a breaking ball that finds the outer half, 0-1. We've seen a lot of first pitch strikes so far from Marks, but that's about as far as he can get, as we've already had a hit by pitch single, an RBI single, and then that previous walk. Marks delivers high. They'll even the count at 1 to Frias. Troy Marks already at 23 pitches here with 2 down in the top of the first. Marks takes his time. Comes set, delivers, and Frias fouls it back as he falls behind 1-2 in this opportunity that Kansas City cannot squander, especially with a healthy bat Steam Swiggle on deck. The wind's still a heavy presence here in Laredo, blowing directly in from right field. That's been the story ever since they built this park. The left-handed hitters don't really hit too many home runs here at home. 345 down the right field line, 325 down the left field. As Frias fouls it back, stays alive at 1-2. And it's 400 to straightaway center. Marks comes set. Here comes the 1-2. Frias lofts it in the air, and it'll tail out of play. He'll stay alive. 1-2 as he fouls it into the left field bleachers. Runners were moving on the hit, which is always a good sign, especially with the speed on base. Dalton Wheat was already halfway to third, and he'll have to retreat all the way back to first. Frias grounds that to short. Shortstop to pull for close play. Dalton Wheat doesn't slide, and he'll be tagged out. As Kansas City leaves the bases stranded, but they do score one run on an RBI single from Tyler Massey and take the early 1-0 lead through half an inning here in Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. On the mound for the T-Bones will be Josh Hodges, who is newly acquired from the Joplin Blasters as part of that trade that sent Brandon Tierney to the Blasters. Hodges is a huge presence on the mound at 6'7", 235 pounds. The 25-year-old was drafted in the 7th round by the Florida Marlins, back when they were the Florida Marlins, in the 7th round, like I said, in 2009. Last season, he pitched in the Double-A ball for the Marlins and Single-A. Last season, he went 3-11 with a 5.61 ERA. In 100 2/3 innings pitched, he struck out 76 while walking 31. First batter he'll see from Laredo is Leandro Castro. Last night, Castro insanely awful went 1 for 4 with a run scored. Castro also spent time in the Phillies organization, much like today's leadoff hitter for the T-Bones, Tyson Gillies. First pitch from Hodges is outside, 1-0. Hodges working quick. Next pitch is a fastball, clocked in at 91 miles an hour. 1-1 count. Castro lunges for that breaking ball. Hodges gets off the mound. Throw that gets away. Blackwood steps off and lays the tag on Leandro Castro for the what should have been routine first out. It'll still go down as the first out as the umpire comes out and checks on the ball for Hodges. Says everything's all right. Now batting for Laredo is the man that batted out of the 9-hole yesterday, Drew Martinez. Martinez went 1 for 3 in yesterday's action. First pitch to Martinez is a fastball high, 1-0. Martinez was drafted by the Los Angeles Angels in the 10th round of the 2011 draft out of the University of Memphis. Last season he was with Laredo and Gary. On the season he batted .263 with 32 RBIs and 51 runs scored. Next pitch is finding the zone, counts even at 1. Hodges fastball in the dirt. Nice scoop by Steve Swingle as he finds his way behind the plate once again, being activated from the disabled list just yesterday. 2-1 count now to Martinez. Another fastball right at the letters that touches the top half of the zone. That'll even the count now at 2. To Martinez. Hodges comes set and fires. Martinez will ground to Leon. Leon will fire to first for the 5-3 putout and the quick second out. Now batting for Laredo is Cesar Valera. Last night, Valera went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Last season, Valera did not play an independent ball or affiliated ball, playing in the Venezuelan Winter League, where in 62 at-bats, he batted .290 with 4 RBIs and 11 runs scored. This season, Valera is batting .288 with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. First pitch to Valera is low, 1-0. Fastball that's way inside on Valera. That'll put him ahead 2-0. Crowd has gotten slightly bigger here in Laredo. I've moved to counting it on 2 hands. Next pitch is high around the letters. 3-0 count to Valera, and Valera can toy with Hodges now, as Hodges will have to put this one right into the strike zone, with Valera being a right-handed batter. That could spell danger for Tyson Gillies out in left field. Here comes a 3-0, and it's right where I said it'd be. Valera doesn't let the bat leave his shoulder, and rightfully so. 3-1 count. I'm sure that bat not leaving his shoulder was more of a call from manager Pete Incaviglia, and Valera will walk on the next breaking ball on 5 pitches. That'll open the door for Dennis Phipps. Last time Dennis Phipps and Josh Hodges shared a field was when Phipps was, it was this season. Phipps played for Laredo and Hodges played for Joplin. And there was some drama in that as Phipps ended up charging the mound. Phipps also did score the winning run last night. I hope we don't see any fireworks. Dennis Phipps is a dangerous hitter, a dangerous base runner. You don't want to put him on for any reason. First pitch to Phipps is inside, not even existing. I just heard the snap of the glove. I was looking down at my notes, checked on the runner at first. He's back safely. Phipps takes a big hack at the first pitch, a breaking ball. 0-1 count. Last season, Phipps was here in Laredo and batted .336 with 17 home runs and 76 RBIs. Last time he was an affiliated ball was when he was 28 in 2014 in the Chicago White Sox, where he reached AAA and batted .159 and 63 at-bats. Hodges checks on the runner, Valera again. He's back standing. Last night, Dennis Phipps went 1 for 4 with a run scored, and that run was the biggest of the game, as that's what led to the walk-off win for the Lemurs. Hodges takes the time, runner goes, and Phipps fouls it back and out of the park. And he's behind 0-2, runner has to return to first. Valera taking his time, walking back to first, and Phipps trying to tell him to hustle. In his last 5 games, Dennis Phipps is batting .375 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Next pitch is a fastball that Hodges tries to get Phipps to go out of the zone for. Phipps doesn't bite. 1-2 count. Phipps gets under and pops it straight in the air. Wiley looking for it. As is Frias. Frias will bring it in. That ball is a mile in the air. The Lemurs will strand one on base. As Kansas City still clings to their 1-0 lead through 1 here in Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. It'll be Steve Swingle getting things started here in the top of the second. Swingle found himself activated yesterday from the disabled list. The home plate umpire Marty Bauer still chatting with John Mazzarelli in the T-Bones dugout. And everybody else is ready to play, and he'll jog his way back. This is Swingle's first start in a while, and his numbers show it. Swingle's batting .211 with only 57 plate appearances. He does have 5 RBIs and a lone home run. He's a left-handed hitter. I don't expect a home run to come here in Laredo. It's always difficult for someone batting in the left-handed batter's box. He'll take a big hack at the first pitch regardless and foul it back 0-1. Swingle played his college ball in Lawton, Oklahoma, and Phoenix, Arizona at Cameron University and Grand Canyon University. And this is his first professional season. The next pitch is a fastball that finds the inner half. He falls behind 0-2. Swingle is a holdover from the original opening day roster, as the other catcher at the time was Cole Leonida. Leonida has since been released, and now we have two other catchers on the roster, Brian Erie and Tyler Moore, and Swingle will chop it back to the pitcher. He'll jog it over and underhand it for the first out. Sergio Leon will step into the box now. Leon batted out of the 9-hole exclusively last night and went 0 for 4, dropping his season average to 159. Sergio Leon played his college ball at Marshall University, the Marshall Thundering Herd. First pitch to Leon is on the lower half, 0-1. Next pitch is outside. Count is now even at 1. During Sergio's final season at Marshall, he started all 51 games at shortstop, committed just 7 errors, and he recorded 10 multi-hit games. Leon will bloop that over the first baseman's head. That's still going. Leon will round first. Dennis Phipps just jogging nonchalantly, and Sergio Leon is in there with a 1-out double. Kansas City records hits in the first 2 innings, and they put a runner in scoring position with the top of the lineup, Tyson Gillies, coming up to bat. Gillies was hit by a pitch on the second pitch of the game in the first inning, and he also came around to score the lone run of the game so far here in the second. First pitch to Gillies. He takes a hack at the breaking ball. Comes up empty, 0-1. Gillies is a junior college man as well, spending his time in college at Iowa Western Community College in Council Bluffs, Iowa. He was then drafted by the Seattle Mariners in the 25th round of the 2006 draft. Marks checks on Leon at second. He dives back safely just in time. Gillies has spent a long time in affiliated ball, last season playing in the San Diego Padres organization, their AA affiliate San Antonio, where he batted .259 with 2 home runs and 19 RBIs while scoring 15 runs. Rondon dancing behind Leon. And Gillies will ground that past the first baseman. Pulford dives. Nobody's covering first. Leon gets an aggressive turn around third, and he dives back. And there'll be runners on the corner with 1 down as Tyson Gillies picks up the 1-out single, putting runners on the corner. That is only Gillies' second hit in his short time here with the T-Bones. He is 2 for 9. Brett Wiley steps in now. Wiley singled, to no surprise, in the first inning, continuing his magnificent tear through the American Association. In his last 5 games now, he's batting .647 with no home runs but 7 RBIs. In his last 10, he's batting .600 with 10 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 15 RBIs. Brett Wiley being a former farmhand in the Cardinals organization. First pitch, it appeared, this is kind of a funky pickoff move by Marks. I think the umpire was toying with calling that a balk. Ends up throwing at Gillies. Gillies is back safely. Marks comes set with runners on the corner and 1 down. And Wiley gets under it, but fouls it over the broadcast booth. And out of play, 0-1. I'm not truly sure what's changed with Brett Wiley. So he's been seeing the ball magnificently in the past week and a half That's not to say that he was seeing him bad at all during the season. He started this streak batting .286, and he now is batting a team-leading .333. Marks will check on Gillies again. Gillies dives back safely. Wiley also has 4 home runs and 27 RBIs on the season, while walking 19 times. Mark's taking a while, and that's why he'll throw over and check on Gillies again, as Gillies is diving back for the 3rd straight time. I think he's getting annoyed with it, as that took him a while to get up and just kind of shook his head. Gillies is a threat to run with 121 career stolen bases. Next pitch is inside to Wiley. That'll even the count now at 1. Marks comes set. Gillies with a non-aggressive lead. Fires home. Wiley goes climbing for one and comes up empty. He falls behind 1-2. So he's just trying to loft anything to any part of the outfield, as Leon has the speed to beat it home. And Wiley just needs to get it. He doesn't even really need to get it that deep for the sacrifice. Just can't hit it shallow or on the ground, obviously, once it goes through the gap. 1-2. Wiley lunges for it, sends it out to right field. Phipps charging. That'll drop. He'll fire it home. Leon, close play. Slides in there. Slides his face on the dirt. And a beautiful tag from Zane Chavez. And Leon is out at home. And Zane Chavez will come up and immediately hit the ground. And the trainers and Pete Incaviglia will come out and check on him. He's at least up, but you can tell he's still feeling it. Brett Wiley picks up his 2nd hit of the game at least. As I have a hard time believing that Dennis Phipps didn't let that drop on purpose, as the momentum carried him towards the plate. He just fired it home. It didn't bounce or anything, just an absolute laser to the catcher. And it appears that Chavez is bleeding from the face. So I'm not truly sure what happened. You'd think that Leon would be the one bleeding from the face, as when he went diving head first, his forehead skimmed right behind the plate. It's not like Chavez was blocking the plate or anything. It's just a fast-moving play at home. And gosh darn it, that's why we play the sport. There'll be runners on 1st and 2nd when we come back from this short commercial here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. Zane Chavez will stay in the game. And we'll see Jake Blackwood come to the plate with 2 down and runners on 1st and 2nd. On the season, Jake Blackwood is batting .208 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs with a home run and 9 RBIs. He's a right-handed batter. If he pulls anything down the left field line where it's shallow in the corner at 325, The wind blowing directly out that way. It could be going, and gone. But it is a 1-0 count to Blackwood. Marks with another high fastball to Blackwood. Blackwood's ahead 2-0. It's been 2 long innings for Troy Marks as he's currently sitting at 41 pitches with 2 down here in the second. Marks checks on the runner, finally fires home. Blackwood's one at the letters. Can only foul it back, 2-1. Mark's taking his time on the mound, thinking uptick in tempo. Maybe help his case as Blackwood smashes that ball to straightaway center. Martinez will bring it in on the warning track as the wind brings it back in, and the T-Bones will strand 2 on. They on 3 hits in the inning. They score none. They still lead 1-0 through 1.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. The T-Bones squandered a scoring opportunity last inning. Sergio Leon was brought home after Dennis Phipps let the ball drop in front of him in right field and immediately came up firing. Close play at the plate occurred, and Leon getting tagged out. Now the runners on first and second. Jake Blackwood smashed the ball to center field. That was brought back in by the wind and was caught on the warning track. See Ty Morrison leading things off here for Laredo. Morrison did not see any time yesterday, so he got the off day. Morrison is currently riding a 10-game hitting streak. First pitch to Morrison is inside, 1-0. Morrison is leading the team in batting, and in his last 10 games, he's batting .429 with 5 RBIs. Next pitch is inside, 2-0. In his last 5 games, he's batting .462. And on the season, he's batting .304 and 191 at-bats. He has 2 home runs and 24 RBIs with 34 runs scored. Fastball right down the middle will make the count 2-1. Morrison was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays in the 4th round of the 2008 draft from Tigard High School in Tigard, Oregon. Fastball even the count now at 2 from Hodges. Morrison spent 7 seasons with the Rays organization, making it up to Double-A Montgomery in the Southern League. He was picked up by the Lemurs last season after being released by the Rays. And strike 3 is dropped by Swingle. Swingle chucked down to first for the first out. Now we will see J.D. Pulfer step into the box. Pulfer went 1 for 4 last night. In our time in the time that we were here last in Laredo, Pulfer was used exclusively as the leadoff hitter and did not see success, so they moved him down to what appears to be a regular spot, batting out at the 6th hole. On the season, Pulfer is batting .240 with 3 home runs and 25 RBIs, with 28 runs scored, which is fourth on the team. First pitch to Pulfer finds the zone, 0-1. Josh Hodges has had success with his fastball so far today in this early game. Is the hit that he surrendered, including that one that gets past the outstretched glove of Brett Wiley, was a breaking ball. And now Laredo has a runner on first, 1 out. Zane Chavez will step into the plate now. Chavez appears to be fine after bloodying his chin on that close play at the plate that tagged out Sergio Leon. Chavez was the DH last night and went 0 for 2, walking twice. Hodges comes set. First pitch to Chavez is a high fastball, 1-0. Chavez is a player that nobody should really be a fan of in the Kansas City area, as when he was drafted by the Kansas City Royals in the 19th round in 2005, he immediately shot it down and lofts a ball to deep left field. Gillies tracking it off the wall. He's got the position, fires it in, and with Gillies' arm, it'll be runners on second and third as Pulfer is held up by third base coach Mike Meyer. And Zane Chavez picks up a 1-out double to put the sacrifice in order. Abel Nieves will step in now. Nieves batted out of the 2-hole yesterday. Today he bats out of the 8th hole. He went 1 for 3 yesterday as well. Abel Nieves is currently batting .275 with 1 home run and 10 RBIs, with 30 runs scored, which is second on the team. Pete Incaviglia will come out and talk to Hodges. And now all 3 umpires will converge next to the mound. I'm not truly sure what this is about. As I stick up the safe sign at second base, I didn't think that was any sort of problem. And Jake Blackwood is sticking out his arms going, what was that all about? As we'll continue playing with nothing changed. Not sure why Pistol Pete Incaviglia worked his way out of the dugout. Guess maybe just to slow things down. He is a veteran, been around for a long time. He may know the strategy that nobody else knows, even in the majors. First pitch to Nieves is up around his head. That's grabbed, 1-0. There's some chirping from the Laredo dugout. Hodges seems unfazed. Didn't appear to be intentional. Looked like it might have just gotten away from him. Hodges just fires a fastball past Nieves. Nieves takes a hack on it. It's way too late, and it'll even the count at 1. The next pitch is a fastball that just barely misses high. 2-1. Like I said last night, Nieves went 1 for 3. Nieves was drafted by the Angels in the 50th round of the 2004 draft out of Middle Georgia College in Cochran, Georgia. Nieves fouls the next pitch back. That'll even the count at 2. He did win the American Association batting title in 2013 with Wichita when he hit .357. He has 2 hits in each of the last 6 games. Nieves gets underneath that breaking pitch and fouls it off. He'll stay alive even at 2. Last season, Nieves played for Laredo and batted .353. He lines that ball right up to the pitcher's mound. Hodges fires it home, and Swingle tags Pulver out, as that's a saved run that Hodges, he'll take care of himself. As there'll still be runners on the corners, but with 2 down, the sacrifice is no longer a thing, but Hodges just takes that ball off the arm, wears it like a true man does, fires it home. Swingle with the perfect tag, tags out Pulver on the close play. And it'll be 2 down, runners on the corners. T-Bone still leading 1-0. Chavez will advance to third. Nieves is on at first as part of that fielder's choice. Alvaro Rondon will step in now. Rondon was the hero of yesterday's action, hitting a sacrifice fly that scored Phipps in the bottom of the 9th, giving Laredo the 2-1 lead. Last night, Rondon went 0 for 2 with that RBI. First pitch to Rondon is low, 1-0. Rondon lines that to center field. Massey tracking it. He'll bring it in as Laredo strands 2 on 2 hits. They score none. And the T-Bones still lead 1-0 through 2 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. T-Bones still lead 1-0. So we're through 2 here. Troy Marks still on the mound for Laredo, and I expected no otherwise. He's at 42 pitches as we get set to begin the 3rd inning. Anthony Gallus will get things started. We'll see the 4-5-6 hitter for the T-Bones. Gallus, Massey, and Wheat. First pitch to Gallus is outside, 1-0. Earlier in the game, Gallus struck out swinging with a runner on second. Oh, pardon me, with runners on second and third. Gallus will foul the next pitch off. That'll even the count at 1. Marks fires at home. A fastball clocked in at 90 miles an hour. That's just high. And Gallus is ahead 2-1. Breaking ball is just outside. Gallus has the hitter's count 3-1 as Marks is forced to throw a strike here, or he's at risk of putting Gallus on. Here comes the hitter's count. Gallus takes a big hack at one that was right in his windpipe. That'll draw the count full. On deck for the T-Bones is Tyler Massey. Here comes the payoff pitch. It's high, and Gallus is on with a walk to get things started here in the 3rd inning. Tyler Massey steps in now. Massey hit an RBI single that scored Tyson Gillies in the 1st inning. That was Massey's 21st RBI of the season. First pitch to Massey. He'll line it out to right field where Phipps is waiting on it. He'll charge. Only have to take 2 steps, so he brings it in for the first out. As Marks picks up his first quick out of the game, as the T-Bones have done a great job tonight, seeing a lot of pitches from the young pitcher. Dalton Wheat will step in now for the T-Bones. Wheat walked in the 1st inning and only got as far as first base. Marks comes set, fires at home, breaking ball that finds the zone. Quick first strike. Marks likes to take his time on the mound. To be honest, that's the one thing that annoys me the most. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball almost in the same spot. 0-2 now to Wheat, and we'll have to wait another 5 minutes for the next pitch. Like I said, last season Marks spent time at all 5 minor league levels for the Diamondbacks, former teammate of Johnny Shuttlesworth. And Shuttlesworth also comes to the T-Bones from the Diamondbacks organization. And Wheat will go down swinging on 3 pitches on another breaking ball. Nearly in the same spot, and he'll return to the dugout with a 2nd out. Vladimir Frias will tow into the box now. Frias grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Frias comes on with the runner on first and 2 down. First pitch to Frias is a fastball in the outer half, 0-1. Wind has stayed consistent with the flags at half mast and left center field. Yet to see them even drop today. Next pitch is a fastball that's blocked by Chavez, evening the count at 1. If that even gets so far as halfway past him, Massey's easily at 2nd as there's a deep backstop here in Laredo. It does have padding which the ball can bounce off of, but it's a deep U. That ball would just somehow roll around out there. Here comes the 1-1. It's high above the letters, 2-1. 2-1 to Frias. Frias gets a fastball blown by, and that'll even the count at 2. Frias is just disgusted with that swing. So he'll step out and take a breather. Here comes the 2-2. It's low. Chavez tries to bring it up. Home plate umpire Marty Bauer knows better. That'll draw the count full. On deck for the T-Bones is number 14, Steven Swingle. Here comes the payoff pitch from Marks. Frias lines it right into Nieves' glove, and Frias just slams the bat on the ground in disgust, throws his helmet down as hard as he can. And John West will run over and calm him down. As Frias just absolutely demolished that ball to first base, Nieves sticks his glove out and finds it. And that'll be the third out as the T-Bones strand a runner on. They still lead 1-0 through 2.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. As the T-Bones lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Vladimir Frias still out there after exchanging words in between innings with the umpires. He's more upset with himself, I believe, as Castro pops that straight in the air. Tailing out of place, Swingle still tracking it. It comes back in, and Swingle brings it in for the first out. You wouldn't know it by looking at it, but he is a rookie. And that was a great play as he stayed with it the entire way. I'm sure John Mazzarelli is the happiest man in the ballpark after watching that. The ball was popped straight in the air about a mile. Started tailing on that crosswind up there. And somehow found its way barely into fair territory into Swingle's glove. That'll open the door for Drew Martinez. Martinez grounded out to third and first. First pitch to Martinez. He shows bunt, pulls it back in time, 1-0. They do have a promotion going here tonight in Laredo, as Pokemon Go has been the big thing around the world. I personally have not gotten into it, but they're going to be dropping a lure at the park. I'm not truly sure what that is, as Martinez lays down another bunt, but it goes foul. It'll be 1-1. And I expected to see plenty of fans in the crowd. just trying to pick some Pokemon up. And yet it's only gotten slightly bigger. It's still a small crowd here in Laredo. Apparently the Wichita Wingnuts are running a very similar program tonight where they're going to drop a lure, and I'm not truly sure what you'd call that. I guess a lure party? 1-1 count from Hodges is in the dirt. 2-1 as I think he expected to see Martinez show bunt again and didn't want to get the speedy Martinez another one to lay down. Just a hunch. Hodges comes set. I love how he works quickly. 2-1. Martinez chops it foul down the first baseline. That'll even the count at 2. Home plate umpire will come out and talk to Hodges again. It's almost the 4th time we've seen that today. I believe that fouled off of Martinez's front foot, too. He'll take the long way around, trying to walk it off. Some trash in right field that got wrapped up between Dalton Wheat's feet. He'll crumple it up and try to take care of it before the next pitch. Hodges sees him. And Wheat will tack it into his back pocket. It looks like there's a big trash bag out there. He didn't see it until it wrapped around his feet. I don't think I've ever seen someone jump so high. Martinez gets underneath that breaking ball. It's tailing foul. Gillies will let it go, and it's on the berm down the third base line. Counts even at 2 to Martinez. Here comes the 2-2. It's high and outside. That'll draw the count full. On deck for the Lemurs is number 6, Cesar Valera. Here comes the payoff pitch now from Hodges. And Martinez will foul it over my head. Will remain full. With a small, rambunctious crowd here in Laredo. As every foul ball, they come out screaming. I'm sure they'd be more excited for any foul ball, even if it's not hit towards them, than they would be for a Lemur home run. Here comes the payoff pitch once again. Martinez grounds it past Leon down the third base line. Martinez takes an aggressive turn around first, pardon me. Gillies gets it in quickly. And Martinez is limited to a 1-out single. Cesar Valera will step in now. Valera was walked in the first inning. He only reached as far as first. With the double play in order, Valera steps in. And Josh Hodges talks to his middle infielders, and they're going to come in to play double play depth. Sergio Leon playing it on the grass, expecting Valera to lay down a bunt. Valera does have speed, and speed's not always shown by the stolen bases. He does have 1 on the season. Granted, he's been caught 3 times. Fouls the first pitch back, 0-1. Hodges will check on the runner at first. Martinez is back standing. Martinez gets a healthy lead at first. A fastball that's high. That'll even the count at 1. Martinez is, of course, a threat to run. He does lead the team in stolen bases with 12. He's been caught 4 times this season. But from everything I've seen in the 2 series that I've been here in Laredo, he's easily the fastest on the team. Valera will foul the next pitch back, just getting enough of it. 1-2. Valera taking his time getting back into the box. Hodges loves to work quickly, and I love every bit of that. Hodges comes set. And he'll check on Martinez at first, as it looked like Martinez might have been going that time with all the twitching. Either that or he just knows what he's doing. Crowd in Laredo growing restless with that, even though that was the first one since the last pitch. Hodges fires home. Valera fouls it off the mask of Swingle. Still 1-2. Cesar Valera, of course, taking his time getting into the box. Here comes a 1-2 from Hodges. Martinez running. Valera pops it straight up and tails out of play. Martinez must return, and the count will stay 1-2. Expect another throw over from Hodges on this next time that he's on the mound. Here comes the 1-2 from Hodges. It gets lined out to right field. Wheat tracking it. Sliding grab. Takes care of it. Dalton Wheat sits down Cesar Valera on the feet first slide in right field. The beautiful jump right off the bat. He'll bring it in for the second out. And that's a huge out, as now Dennis Phipps, who's the only Lemur to hit a home run against Kansas City this season, steps in. Phipps is easily the best hitter on this team. Numbers may disagree, but just watching him, it's not a hard choice. Phipps is the only other player on the entire park, other than Mike Kickham, with Major League experience. First pitch to Phipps. Phipps loads up and pops it high into shallow right field. Wiley retreats and brings it in for the third out as Josh Hodges thanks his lucky stars that he's got a great defense behind him. Kansas City allows one hit. They strand that runner on. Thanks to Dalton Wheat's sliding grab, Kansas City still leads 1-0 through 3 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. T-Bones still lead 1-0 as we get set to begin the fourth inning. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitter for Kansas City, Swingle, Leon, and Gillies. Steve Swingle steps in. Swingle grounded back to the pitcher in the second inning. This is the second time he's led off today, as he had to lead off in the second as well. First pitch to Swingle is a fastball that finds his lower half, 0-1. Steve Swingle and I have had many conversations about his time in college. We both were members of the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference, the ACCAC. When he spent time with Mesa Community College, he fouls the next pitch back, out of play, 0-2. Steve Swingle attended Mesa Community College, which is a Division II college in Mesa, Arizona, and it seems like just about every other year they're sending players to the major leagues. Not major leagues, but to the next level without a problem. As Steve Swingle goes down swinging on 3 pitches. That's the third strikeout of the game for Troy Marks. But what it does seem like Mesa does, it seems like they're winning the Division II National Championship almost every other year. They had another successful season this year, and players like Swingle going through there, that success will continue. Sergio Leon steps into the box now. Leon doubled in the second inning, then was eventually gunned down at home by Dennis Phipps. First pitch to Leon. Leon grounds it sharply to short. Leon's got speed to beat it out. It gets past Nieves' glove. Be interested to see how they rule that. But for the time being, Sergio Leon is on with 1 out. I'm sure they're going to call that an error here in Laredo. That's how it always seems to go. Tyson Gillies will step into the box now. So I'm still waiting on official word. And they do rule it an error. So maybe next commercial break could be a little longer as I go talk about that. Tyson Gillies comes on now. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning where he came around to score the lone run of the game as the T-Bones lead 1-0. He also singled in the second, but was ultimately stranded at second. Marks takes his time. First pitch to Gillies. Gillies chops foul into the Lemur dugout. Everybody appears to be fine. 0-1 count. Marks takes his time. I say that through gritted teeth. 5 minutes later, the second pitch comes across for strike 2, 0-2. Gillies' main job today, as usually is the main job of the leadoff hitters, just to get on base. More so now than ever since Brett Wiley is on deck batting out of the 2-hole. Next pitch to Gillies. Gillies comes up swinging. He's down on 3 pitches for the second strikeout of the inning for Troy Marks, his 4th of the game. Brett Wiley comes into the box now. Wiley is, for no surprise, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. The farthest he's reached today was third base, and that was in the first inning. Last night, of course, Wiley went 3 for 4 as he continues his tear through the American Association. Wiley may not be an imposing figure at only 5'10", 175 pounds, but he possesses just about every talent with the bat. Power, contact, speed, and the ability to sacrifice. What more could you want? First pitch to Wiley is a breaking ball. It finds the outer half, 0-1. Wiley was named the American Association Point Streak Player of the Week last week for the American Association, as he just put up gaudy numbers. He was a long-time farmhand in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. As here comes the 0-1 from Marks. Wiley fouls it off his front foot, 0-2. As Lemurs fans are currently laughing and taunting, but it's baseball. That's going to happen. Ever since Wiley was 20 years old, he's been a part of the St. Louis Cardinals organization. And at 24, he begins his first season in independent ball here for the T-Bones. Last season, he played in AAA, AA, and High A ball in the organization of Palm Beach, Springfield, and Memphis. And for all of last season, he batted .230 with 32 RBIs. Trainer Troy will come out and check on Wiley. Wiley shakes it off. And a tough kid from Huntington, Indiana, will step back in. Wiley spent his time in college at Jefferson College in Hillsboro, Missouri. He was drafted by the Cardinals in the 13th round of the 2012 draft out of Jefferson College. Here comes the 0-2 to Wiley. It's in the dirt. He swings at it. Chavez will fire down for good measure for the third out as Kansas City gets one on an error by the Lemurs. And they still lead 1-0 through 3.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. That play that Sergio Leon reached on will be kept as an E6 against Alvaro Rondon. And Ty Morrison will take the next pitch he sees and line it out to left field as he's on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the fourth. J.D. Pulfer steps in now as I apologize for that long pause. Ty Morrison singled just now. J.D. Pulfer singled in the second. He's 1 for 2. He is eventually thrown out at home by Josh Hodges in the second as well. Pulfer comes on now with the man on first. Still no one out as Josh Hodges has looked fine here with the T-Bones. Pulfer lays down a bunt. And doing exactly what you're told to do when you lay down a bunt. I'm sure it was a hit and run all the way. And when you're told to lay down the bunt in those situations, You got to do it. I don't care if the ball is out by the dugout. You throw your bat and you try to lay that down. And that was about eye level with him. He lays it down, but it goes foul, 0-1. Hodges checks on the runner first. He dives back safely. Hodges checks again. Morrison back yet again. Morrison is a threat to run. He does have 9 stolen bases on the team, which is third. He runs quite a bit, also being caught 5 times. Hodges taking his time, just freezing Morrison. Pulfer will chop that to Wiley at second. Wiley ranging to his left, has no other choice but to get it to Blackwood at first as Morrison advances with 1 down now. Zane Chavez steps in and out. Chavez doubled in the second inning. He could only reach as far as third before ultimately being stranded. Each team with 4 hits today. The Lemurs having an error as well. Ty Morrison had continued his hit streak to 11 games earlier in this inning when he reached on that single. Chavez comes up hacking on that first pitch, 0-1. So he wanted to send that to the stratosphere and thankfully comes up empty. Hodges comes set, delivers home, and Chavez pops straight in the air. Wind's taking it, Leone. Tracked it the whole way, and it ends up in the 4th row down the third base line. It'll be 0-2 now to Chavez. Hodges giving his infielders, Leone and Frias, their time to return back to their positions. Hodges comes set with the 0-2. He'll step off and just return Morrison back to second. Chavez fouls that off over my head. Count remains 0-2. So far, with how this series has gone, this is going to be a good one here in Laredo as the T-Bones dropped last night 2-1 on the walk-off. And they're clinging to a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Hodges fires that above the letters to Chavez. 1-2 count. Hodges has now eclipsed 60 pitches with 1 out here in the 4th. Chavez chops that foul into the Laredo dugout. We'll stay here at 1-2. Chavez, guess what? Fouled it off again. Leone tracking it, and it's now in the 3rd row down the third baseline. And that's about as close as it can get to fair territory. Leone and Gillies tracking it beautifully. As did Vladimir Frias. All walk back to their spots, and Hodges will take his time circling the mound. Chavez takes the next pitch and lines it to center field. Massey tracking it. He'll settle and wait for it to come down. Morrison tags up. He's heading for third. Frias will cut it off. And Ty Morrison is at third with 2 down. Sacrifice is not in order. As we welcome Abel Nieves to the plate. Nieves is a scary person when it comes with runners in scoring position. He may not have the numbers that you would expect for a guy that I just say that about. But he is a mighty fine player here in Laredo. Nieves does only have 10 RBIs. Last season with Laredo, he had 35. The year before with Grand Prairie and Wichita, he racked up 45. Like I said, in 2013, he won the American Association batting title. First pitch to Nieves is fouled back, 0-1. With runners in scoring position, Nieves is batting .136, picking up 7 of his 10 RBIs. Next pitch is outside to Nieves. Counts now even at 1. Nieves pops the next pitch, foul down the first baseline. He's behind 1-2, and now Josh Hodges can toy with him. Be back here tomorrow at Laredo at 7:05. Taking the mound for the T-Bones will be Jared Messer. And picking up the start for Laredo will be Barrett Laux. Hodges comes set. Here comes the 1-2. Nieves lines it out to right field. Wheat retreating. It's over his head. It'll drop. Nieves rounds first. He'll be in at second with a run scoring. We're tied at 1. Laredo is not a team where you can expect to cling to a 1-0 lead, as they have explosive bats all over. And there's further proof as they tie it up at 1 here in the 4th. Alvaro Rondon will step into the box now. Rondon is 0 for 1 today after flying out to center field in the 2nd inning. First pitch to Rondon is fouled back, 0-1. Rondon was the hero of last night's game when he hit a sacrifice fly that scored the winning run. Rondon lines that over the head of the third baseman. Gillies comes up firing. He gets it home, but the runner wasn't going home, as Nieves will hold at third base. There'll be runners on the corner now with 2 down, and Steve Swingle will come out and talk, and so will Bill Sobey. We'll be right back after these short messages from our sponsors on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning, the experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore as the T-Bones and Lemurs are now knotted at 1 here in the 4th inning. It'll be the top of the order now for Laredo after that short pitching conversation, or mound visit as I guess it is actually called, by Bill Stobie. Leandro Castro will get it started here with 2 down and runners on the corner. Castro is 0 for 2 today after popping up to the catcher, Swingle, last inning. First pitch to Castro. Castro shows bunt, doesn't pull it back in time, 0-1. Last night, Laredo did score on a suicide squeeze bunt in a very similar situation. The batter in that sense was Cesar Valera, and the runner was Leandro Castro. It's Pete Incaviglia not afraid to play small ball. Castro fouls the next pitch back, 0-2. So it'd be a major out for the T-Bones to limit the damage at 1. The runner's on the corner, like I said multiple times, with 2 down. Hodges will check on Rondon at first. Rondon dives back safely. Rondon has spent his entire career here in Laredo, originally playing at Laredo Community College, and then at Texas A&M International, which is here in Laredo as well, within walking distance from the park. Rondon dives back safely again as Hodges checks on him. Hodges readjusts his cap as he just checks on the runner, says he does it. Here comes the 0-2. Rondon runs. Swingle throws down late. Rondon is practically there when Swingle threw. Rondon is in there now with a stolen base. That is Rondon's 11th stolen base of the season. He's currently in second place with Drew Martinez clinging to the lead with 12. New runners on first and second now with 2 down, a 1-2 count to Castro. Castro gets under the one at the letters, pops it straight up. Hodges points at it. Swingle looking for it, still tracking it, and it'll drop in foul territory as he lost it in the lights. Doesn't appear that much. Well, it actually appears that everybody in the T-Bones infield saw the ball except for Swingle, but it was a play that only Swingle could make. But still with 2 down, it'll only go down as a foul ball, 1-2. If anything comes out of that bat from Castro, that could be deadly. That's not an out you can just waste. And Castro will go down swinging. That'll take care of the Lemurs as they strand 2 on base. They do score 1 on 3 hits and tie the game at 1 as we're tied here through 4 on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. The T-Bones and the Lemurs are tied at 1 as we get set to begin the 5th inning. We'll see the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Kansas City, Blackwood, Gallus, and Massey. Jake Blackwood will get us started here. Blackwood is 0 for 2 with flyouts to right field and center field. Troy Marks takes his time. First pitch is low, 1-0 to Blackwood. Marks comes set again. That's high. Scoreboard has 3-0. I have 2-0. Guess we'll see who's right on the next pitch. If it misses. Next pitch finds the zone. I'm going to say 2-1. Scoreboard's going to say 3-1. Jake Blackwood spent his college career at Maple Woods Community College. So next pitch finds the zone again. He wanted to walk, so I guess the scoreboard's right. That'll draw the count full. Number 7, Anthony Gallus, is on deck for the T-Bones. Gallus takes a payoff pitch and grounds it to a diving Rondon, who fires over for the bang-bang, gonna be play of the game. And that's exactly what it's been called, as Rondon fully extends for it and fires it over, collected for the first out. Ball couldn't have been hit any harder from Blackwood. You have no choice but to tip your cap to Alvaro Rondon for that. Anthony Gallus comes on now. Gallus is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. He was walked last time we saw him in the third. First pitch to Gallus is a breaking ball that's right in the wheelhouse. Bat doesn't leave his shoulder, 0-1. This is almost the same that happened as last night. Each team was stifled at 1. So the next pitch is at the letters, just outside, evening the count at 1. Then eventually Laredo scored in the bottom of the 9th to win it on a walk-off, 2-1. Currently we're tied at 1 here at the top of the 5th. One gets fouled back by Gallus, and it's now 1-2. Anthony Gallus was living the dream life when he was with the Cleveland Indians. He was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. He played his college ball not too far from Cleveland at Kent State University. Played his high school ball at Strongsville, Ohio. I don't know Ohio that well, but I can only assume that's a suburb of Cleveland. So the next pitch is in the dirt, evening the count at 2. Gallus played in the Indians organization from 2010 to 2015. So since he was 22 years old, a 28-year-old was with the Indians, and Gallus will go down swinging. That's his second strikeout of the game. Tyler Massey walks into the box now. Massey has been a very consistent force for the T-Bones all season. On the season, Massey is batting .286, his average just recently dropping below 300. First pitch to Massey finds his own 0-1. In Tyler Massey's last 5 games, he's batting .200. And his last 10, he's batting .244. So just like I said, only recently did his average drop below 300. Still a respectable .286. As he lines that next pitch down the right field line, it's fair. It's into the corner. Phipps is playing 90 feet from the line, and Massey is on with a 2-out double. His second hit of the game. He slipped going around first. I have a hard time believing if he didn't slip, we might be saying that he got a triple, but Tyler Massey is in there with a stand-up double with 2 down. Dalton Wheat will now come in and try to bat him home. Wheat is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He was walked in the first inning. Wheat has been a nice addition to the T-Bones. He's currently batting .309 in 70 at-bats. In Wheat's last 5 games, he's batting .125. In his last 10, he's batting .258. First pitch to Wheat is a breaking ball that finds his own 0-1. Runners in scoring position and 2 out. Dalton Wheat is batting .231 with 4 RBIs. Marks comes set ahead in the count 0-1. Nobody covering second. He'll fire home, and Wheat will pop it foul. And now he's behind 0-2. Marks checks on Massey and then fires it home. Wheat lines it down the right field line as well. That's going to score Massey. Wheat with the speed. He's going aggressive around second. He's not being held up. He's going to keep on going to third. And Deschamps will hold him there as Dennis Phipps gets it in quickly as Dalton Wheat clears the bases on an RBI triple with 2 down. That is the type of play that Kansas City has needed as the dugout has erupted. And Dalton Wheat, the youngster from the Wichita area, coming up big. Vladimir Frias will try to keep things rolling here. Frias is 0 for 2 today when he grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. Chavez will go talk to Marks on the mound and go back behind the dish as we try to get things started here with Frias. Like I said multiple times here in Laredo, the wind blows in directly from right field. And so the right fielder, if you're looking at it from the third base side, which I'm on, Dennis Phipps, who's the right fielder, lines up exactly even with the second base bag, which is 90 feet from the foul line. Tyler Massey and Dalton Wheat both sent balls down the right field line into the corner. And look what's happened. Kansas City has scored on 2 straight extra base hits from Massey and Wheat. Vladimir Frias tries to show bunt, comes up empty, 0-1. As Frias has speed and Wheat has a world-like speed, a suicide could be in order here. Valera playing in on the grass. And Marks fires home. Frias does not show bunt, and it's low, evening the count at 1. Laredo doing everything in their power to not give a run up here. As Rondon tries to cover from shortstop, and the simple throwback back to the pitcher. And it went smooth. Frias pops that in the air. Valera tracking it. It's next to the T-Bones dugout. And he will fly out in foul territory as the T-Bones strand a runner on third. But they get a run back, and they take the 2-1 lead on 2 hits from Massey and Wheat. And they lead 2-1 through 4.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth as Kansas City retook the lead in the top of the fifth as they lead 2-1. We'll get things started here at the 2-3-4 hitters. For Laredo, Martinez will get things started. First pitch, Martinez is outside, 1-0. Hodges delivers again. Martinez grounds past a diving Leon. Frias can't get to it, and Martinez is on with a leadoff single as we start here in the bottom of the fifth. That is the second hit of the day for Drew Martinez. He picked up his last hit in the third. He is 2 for 3 today. Cesar Valera will step in now. Valera's 0 for 1 with the walk. Clear back in the first. And I say all the way back because here in the fifth, or already almost 2 hours in, as Hodges checks on the runner, he's back safely. Hodges taking his time, keeping the runner in the corner of his eye. Martinez has already stolen a bag. Pardon me, no, he's not, but he does lead the Lemurs in stolen bases with 12. Leon sneaking up on the grass. Valera comes up swinging an empty. 0-1. Last night, Cesar Valera laid down a suicide squeeze that scored the first run of the game and gave Laredo an early 1-0 lead against the T-Bones. I'm sure Leon remembers that not so fondly as he continues to sneak in. Valera will take time as Hodges was still not yet set, just keeping an eye on the runner Martinez. I'm sure that was in all of their scouting reports. Watch out if number 4 gets on base because the young man can steal. The next pitch to Valera is a high fastball, evening the count at 1. Last night, Drew Martinez did pick up his 12th stolen base. Each team with 7 hits here in this early game. Hodges delivers home. Valera grounds to Leon. Leon turns for the 5, 4, and 3. Got him! Double play! As Josh Hodges gets out of trouble and picks up 2 quick outs thanks to Sergio Leon turning it quickly. And then Brett Wiley with a strong throw to get the speed of Valera at first. And Kansas City sends him down 5-4-3 as the number 4 hitter Dennis Phipps steps in. And he's ever so dangerous. First pitch to Phipps is low, 1-0. Hodges comes with the 1-0, and Phipps will line it to right field. Little Wheat barely have to move and bring it in as Josh Hodges gives up 1 hit. But other than that, sends the Lemurs down in order thanks to that double play. And the T-Bones still lead 2-1 through 5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We have a new pitcher, Luis Polarano. Before I can finish, Steve Swingle lines a shot down left field into the corner, and he'll round first, and he's in there with the leadoff double. Welcome back from the disabled lift, Steve Swingle. The new pitcher, by the way, his name is Luis Polarano. Polarano is originally from Laredo, Texas. He attended college at Mississippi State University, made his way to the College World Series during his time there. He was drafted in the 23rd round by the Texas Rangers, brought him back. He was with Laredo last year during that championship season where he went 5-4 with a 3.90 ERA, 94 and 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 61 while walking 30 in 36 appearances, 11 being starts. Sergio Leon lays down an absolutely perfect bunt that just tails foul right in front of the third base bag. It couldn't have been better as it followed the line about 85 feet and then all of a sudden turns foul. And after all of that, it'll be 0-1. It's just one of those baseball plays. The highest level that Polareno reached in the Rangers organization was single A, and that was 2014. And in all of 2014, Polareno was 1-2 with a 3.03 ERA. He played the other part of this season for Puebla in the Mexican League. He went 1-0. It's a 14.4 ERA, then 22 appearances, which comes out to 10 innings pitched. Not truly sure how that math adds up with 9 strikeouts and 8 walks. Leon lays down bunt again. This time he gets it to the middle of the field. Polareno fires to third, and Swingle is tagged out. Nobody covering second. I don't think Leon saw it, and he'll stay at first as Leon reaches on the fielder's choice. That takes away the lead runner, Swingle. So usually when you have a guy on second, you want to bunt that ball down the third baseline so you get the third baseman off the bag. But Leon bunted it right back to the pitcher's mound. That'll be the first out of the inning. And now we'll see the top of the lineup, Tyson Gillies. Gillies, in his first time as a leadoff hitter in the T-Bones uniform, is 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run. First pitch to Gillies is fouled back, 0-1. He then singled in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth. Both left fielders today, Leandro Castro and Tyson Gillies, spent an extended amount of time in the Phillies organization. Pickoff attempt by Polarena almost gets Leon sleeping, and he's back barely, but safe. Polareno tries it again. Leon makes it close again, but he's back safely. Both left fielders are also the leadoff hitters for today's action. Leandro Castro having himself a struggle of a game, going 0 for 3, but his former teammate Tyson Gillies has the stats I just said, 1 for 2. Gillies grounds back to the Nieves at first. Close play there, and they get the 3-6-1 double play. And that'll take care of the T-Bones as they get 1 hit and they strand none. They still lead 2-1 through 5.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore. We'll see the 5, 6, 7 hitters For Laredo, Ty Morrison, J.D. Pulfer, and Zane Chavez. Ty Morrison will get things started. Morrison is 1 for 2 with a strikeout, a single, and a run scored. He did the single and run scored last time we saw him in the 4th inning. It's the lone run for the Lemurs today as they trail 2-1. First pitch from Hodges to Morrison is a breaking ball that finds zone. First pitch strikes are the tell of the tape today for Hodges, 0-1. Hodges gets Morrison to foul out of play. 0-2 now. Morrison, the former 4th-round draft pick by the Tampa Bay Rays, finds his way to Indy ball. He's having a successful season. He'll launch that to right center. Wheat tracking it. And it'll be brought in by Dalton Wheat as Wheat ran about a quarter mile to go get that ball. Nonetheless, goes down as the first out. And that's a huge one. J.D. Pulfer steps in now. Pulfer is 1 for 2. He singled in the second. Was eventually thrown out at home by Josh Hodges on a little chopper back to the mound. He also grounded out to second last time we saw him in the 4th inning. First pitch to Pulfer is low, 1-0. J.D. Pulfer has been in the American Association for quite a while. Spent last season, at least part of last season here in Laredo. He was originally from the University of Oregon. And Pulfer will line that shot to left field where Gillies will wait on it and bring it in for the routine second out. And here comes the Royals hater himself, Zane Chavez. That might have been a little too mean, but I'm forever salty to the man that will turn down an opportunity that I would absolutely beg and moan for. Zane Chavez spent his time in college ball at 3 separate colleges. Indiana State University is where it all started. Then he transfers to Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri, and finally ends up in the JUCO ranks at Palomar College in San Marcos, California. First pitch to Chavez is inside, 1-0. Chavez has seen plenty of time in the American Association, spending time at Grand Prairie, El Paso. And last season he did play for Grand Prairie as well in multiple stints. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. Grand Prairie, of course, merging with Amarillo and turning into the Texas Air Hogs. Chavez batted .288 last season in Grand Prairie with 2 home runs and 41 RBIs. Next pitch to Chavez is low, 3-0. Chavez did see some time in affiliated ball with the Baltimore Orioles from 2013 to 2014. The highest level free reach there was with Bowie, which is their AA affiliate, where he batted .167 in 48 at-bats, picking up a lone RBI. Chavez will walk on 4 pitches after that quick start to the inning from Hodges. Abel Nieves will now come on. Abel Nieves hit an RBI double last time we saw him in the 4th inning, as he is 1 for 2, reaching on his fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Nieves is one of the dangerous hitters to ever go through the American Association, as is noted by his 2013 batting title while playing for the Wichita Wingnuts. First pitch to Nieves is a fastball that's thrown right in the windpipe, 0-1. The wind has remained steadfast here in Laredo, blowing in directly from right field at a consistent pace. Next pitch is high, brings Swingle out of his stance, and evens the count at 1. The crowd has gotten slightly bigger. If I had to make a guess, because I love to do so, I would guess maybe 250. I've been wrong about that every time I've guessed. That ball gets past Swingle, And Chavez will round second aggressively, but be held there with 2 down, and that'll go down as a wild pitch as it found the dirt. Nieves is now ahead in the count, 2-1 with 2 down. Hodges comes set. Now fires home. Fastball that Nieves launches out to center field. Wheaton Massey tracking it. And Massey will bring it in for the 3rd out as Kansas City allows 1 base runner on a walk. That runner is left. And Kansas City still clings to a 2-1 lead through 6 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. T-Bones lead 2-1. We will have a new pitcher on the mound for Laredo, and it appears that it will be the kryptonite known as Jose Navarre. Day is officially done for Troy Marks, as it was done last inning when Luis Polareno came in. Troy Marks went 5 innings. The second straight day that T-Bones have chased a Laredo starter out through 5 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Luis Polareno came in and threw 1 inning. He allowed 1 hit, no runs. He didn't walk anybody and didn't strike anybody out. And it is not Jose Navarre, pardon me. It is Luis De La Cruz. There is a stacked bullpen here in Laredo. De La Cruz is one of the better ones as well. He is 1-1 this season with a 3.09 ERA and 22 appearances. He has 23 and a third innings under his belt. He struck out 19 and walked 17. Big thing that they're proud of down here in Laredo is that their bullpen has a lot of velocity. And that's not any different than Luis De La Cruz. First pitch to Brett Wiley is low, 1-0. 27-year-old De La Cruz spent plenty of time with the St. Louis Cardinals, former teammate of Brett Wiley. Last season. I should not say. As Wiley goes hacking on the next pitch, and the count is now even. And that's more like it. The 6'6", 225-pound Luis De La Cruz did not spend time with the Cardinals, but with the Padres. As I got my facts completely wrong, in 2015, in Double-A ball with the Padres, he went 1-2 with an 8.55 ERA. In 28 innings pitched, he struck out 15 while walking 16. And he spent the last part of that season with Laredo and went 2-2 with a 2.57. In 35 innings pitched, he struck out 38 and walked 14. It is now a 3-1 count to Wiley. That was clocked at 96 miles an hour. Highest level that De La Cruz reached was Double-A with the Padres. Wiley will launch the next pitch foul, and that'll draw the count full. On deck for the T-Bones is number 10, Jake Blackwood. So far today, Wiley has kept his hot streak alive, going 2 for 3 with 2 singles. De La Cruz comes set, fires home, and Wiley chops it to second for the routine 4-3 putout. Jake Blackwood comes on now, and Blackwood is 0 for 3 today. So he looks to turn things around here in the 7th. Blackwood has been a model of resiliency for the T-Bones since he joined the team, which also speaks wonders, as he is batting in the 3-hole, which is typically where you want your most reliable run producer, and that's safe to say that's him. Blackwood is a native of Platte City, Missouri. Like I said, he spent his college time at Maple Woods Community College. First pitch strike is in there to Blackwood. Blackwood was drafted in the 16th round in 2006 by the Florida Marlins. In 2005, he was drafted by the New York Mets in the 40th round. Next pitch to Blackwood finds the bottom half. He disagrees, and so do I. 0-2 count. Blackwood spent last season in Kansas City, where he batted .302 with 11 home runs and 64 RBIs. The greatest season of his independent baseball career came in 2010 in his second season with Kansas City when they were still in the Northern League, where he batted .331 with 31 home runs and 86 RBIs. He shatters his bat and grounds out to the first baseman, and he'll take care of it on his own. Blackwood is sent down for the quick second out. Stepping in now is Anthony Gallus. Gallus is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. He also did walk in the 3rd. First pitch to Gallus is low, 1-0. It's hard to believe that a slugger like Gallus at 6'2", 210 pounds of almost just pure muscle and power. The next pitch is high, 2-0. Could go undrafted throughout his entire baseball career. The outfielder and designated hitter was not drafted out of Strongsville High School in Strongsville, Ohio, or out of college when he spent all 4 years at Kent State University in Kent, Ohio. The next pitch is low and in the dirt. Gallus drops to a knee and swings at it. Comes up empty. And the count's now 2-1 as he just gave De La Cruz a gift. Here comes the 2-1 to Gallus. It finds the outer half. And Gallus disagrees with home plate umpire Marty Bauer. The final say is Bauer's. And the count is now even at 2. Next pitch in the dirt, blocked by Chavez. Doesn't really matter, though, with the bases empty and 2 down. But the count is now drawn full, and on deck for Kansas City is number 3, Tyler Massey. Gallus gets set for what could be the final pitch of the at-bat. Payoff pitch from De La Cruz is high, and Gallus will walk, his second walk of the game. Tyler Massey comes on now. Massey is 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. He scored a run in the 5th inning, which retook the Kansas City lead, as they lead 2-1, 2 down, and a runner on first here in the top of the 7th. First pitch from De La Cruz, and Massey fouls it off on his hands. And out of play, 0-1. Tyler Massey spent the majority of his career in the Colorado Rockies organization. He was drafted by the Rockies in the 14th round out of high school in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He had been with the Rockies since he was 18 years old in 2008, and this is his first season away from the Rockies organization. Next pitch is outside and evens the count at 1. The highest level he reached in the Rockies organization was AA, and he did that in 2014 and 15. Spent time in New Britain and Tulsa. Of course, Tulsa being a former AA home for the Rockies when they moved to New Britain. Last season at low A and AA ball, Massey batted .220 with 1 home run and 24 RBIs while scoring 36 runs. De La Cruz checks on the runner. Gallus at first, and he dives back safely. Here comes the 1-1 from De La Cruz, and it's low and inside, 2-1. As De La Cruz goes off speed with that one clocked in at 82. And apparently, I've heard from multiple people in this organization that De La Cruz has the stuff to reach the high 90s, almost 100, but not quite. And with the 82, he keeps the hitters off balance. Of course, he kept his catcher off balance as well as that pitch was in the dirt. Next pitch is a fastball clocked in at 94. That's high, and that round the letters, 3-1, as Massey has a pitch to play with. Massey fouls the next pitch back, and now the count is drawn full. On deck for Kansas City is number 9, Dalton Wheat. St. Chavez will come out and discuss strategy with his pitcher, De La Cruz, in this ever so important at bat. There's not a single part of the T-Bones lineup that you can look at and say, wow, that's an easy out. And that's not the way, that's exactly how it should be in professional baseball. Not one player should be an easy out, and you can look at Kansas City and look and say that is a very resilient team. There's not one player in that lineup that'll lay over. As Gallus runs, and Massey lines it out to center. Gallus rounds second. Martinez comes up firing. Valera tries to lay the tag down. Massey, close play, returns back home. Throw gets past Nieves. Gallus scores, but Massey jogs to second. I think he thought that ball was out of play, and he just tiptoes into second. And Rondon lays the tag down, and Massey's out. But the run does score as the T-Bones extend their lead to 3-1 off that hit from Massey. With 1 hit, 1 run scored, T-Bones lead 3-1 through 6.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I love loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the T-Bones, and it's by way of number 34, Johnny Shuttlesworth. The day is officially done for Josh Hughes. He pitched 6 innings, giving up 7 hits, 1 run that was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2, and the score remains he is on the hook for the win. First player that Shuttlesworth will see is Alvaro Rondon, and first pitch will be chopped to first, where Blackwood will take care of it on his own for the quick, very, very quick first out. On the season, Shuttlesworth comes in with a 5.54 ERA, his record of .223 in 17 appearances, 5 starts as he used to be a regular starter for the T-Bones. In 39 innings pitched, he struck out 38 while walking 14. He got removed to the bullpen, I would say, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he's been a nice addition to that pen out there, as he wasn't having the success you would hope for out of the rotation. But he still proves his arm is worth quite a bit coming out of the bullpen. First pitch to Leandro Castro is a fastball that finds the zone 0-1. Castro is 0 for 3 today, striking out last time we saw him in the 4th. Castro does have a 16-game hit streak that is on the line now, as Shuttlesworth fools him with the breaking ball. The slow swing by Castro puts him behind 0-2. Shuttlesworth comes set, delivers the 0-2 at home. Castro, defensive swing, fouls it off down the third baseline. He'll stay alive, barely clinging to life at 0-2. Castro takes his time walking back into the box as he tries to get his thoughts straight. Shuttlesworth works quickly. Fastball that strikes Castro out on 4 pitches. Castro goes down looking his second strikeout of the game, as Johnny Shuttlesworth doesn't skip a beat. After Josh Hodges has his successful start, Johnny Shuttlesworth keeps it going so far in his 2/3 works of inning. Drew Martinez steps in now as the ultimate test. Martinez is 2 for 3 today with 2 straight singles in the 3rd and the 5th. First pitch from Shuttlesworth. Martinez will ground sharply to Wiley at second. And the 4-3 putout ends the inning as Johnny Shuttlesworth comes in and sends the Lemurs down in order, as the T-Bones still lead 3-1 here through 7 on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
How large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore and Matt Folks. Luis De La Cruz is still out there for his second inning of relief. He gave up a run last inning and extended the T-Bone leads to 3-1. And Dalton Wheat will get things started here in the 8th. Dalton Wheat was named an all-region player from the Division II Conference Commissioners Association during his senior season at Emporia State. He was named as an outfielder. First pitch to Wheat is a strike, 0-1. Dalton Wheat spent his time in college with the Butler Grizzlies in El Dorado, Kansas, and Emporia State, which is in, obviously, Emporia, Kansas. Dalton Wheat takes the next pitch inside, 1-1. Wheat will loft the very next pitch to left field. Castro tracks it and lets it drop, and Wheat is in there with a double, but they just call it foul. And there's no way that ball landed fair. I mean, granted, I don't have the greatest vision I have like a wall blocking the left field, but I can see just enough that ball landed fair, but has been called foul. But Dalton Wheat will have to return back to bat 1 and 2. One-two count to Wheat, and Wheat will go down swinging for the first out here in the 8th. It's not something Wheat did much in college, striking out only 32 times in his senior season at Emporia State. Vladimir Frias steps in now. Frias is 0 for 3 today, coming up to bat in 2 big moments. He grounded into a fielder's choice and then flew out in foul territory. First pitch to Frias is fouled back, 0-1. And Vladimir Frias walking off the mat, out of the box, feeling around in his helmet, and there's padding missing from it. And, I can only guess what that was from. When Frias lined out in the 3rd inning, He hit the bat on the ground as hard as he possibly could, swinging it like it's an axe into a log. And then he threw his helmet down as hard as he could. And it appears that he broke his helmet. Being 0-1 count when he returns to the box. Here comes the 0-1 from De La Cruz, and it's high above the letters, evening the count at 1. And Freitas gets under that and lines it out to right fielder. Dennis Phipps waits for it and squeezes it for the quick second out. Steve Swingle steps in now. Swingle doubled last time we saw him in the 6th. But he was called out on a throw from Polarino to third. He is 1 for 3 today in his return from the disabled list. First pitch to Swingle, and he hits a high one out to left field. Castro waits for it. He jumps at the wall, and it's brought in, and I can't tell what the umpire's saying. If he's saying home run, they're saying Steve Swingle hit a solo home run. He stopped it for second. He's confused just as much as I am. Valera laid the tag on him. They're calling Steve Swingle's solo home run, extending the T-Bones lead to 4-1. As Steve Swingle having a great time and his return from the disabled list. He's laughing just the same as everybody else at how he stopped at second because he wasn't sure what the umpire was calling. Castro jumped. Couldn't tell if he brought it in. I can't tell from where I'm sitting. But either way, that's Steve Swingle's second career professional home run. And the T-Bones lead 5-1. 4-1, pardon me. I'm way out ahead of myself. Sergio Leon steps in now. Leon is 1 for 3. He's reached each time he's come up, though. Once on an error, once on a fielder's choice, and a double clear back in the second. First pitch to Leon finds the zone, 0-1. Leon way behind that fastball, clocked in at 96 miles an hour from De La Cruz, and he's behind 0-2. De La Cruz comes set, fires home, and it's high to Leon. So he tries to get him to climb a ladder. Leon stays on the bottom rung, and it's 1-2. De La Cruz fires, and it's low and inside. Now the count is even at 2 to Leon. Leon can just simply get on base for the top of the order because Leon is batting in the 9 hole. Things could start to happen here in the 8th. Things have already happened after that Steve Swingle solo home run. Sergio Leon will go down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for De La Cruz, and that's the third and final out. But not before the T-Bones extend their lead 4-1 thanks to a solo jack off the bat of Steve Swingle, his second of the year. T-Bones lead 4-1 through 7 as we head to the home half of the 8th here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Morris. We get set to begin the home half of the 8th, and the T-Bones extending their lead last half inning thanks to a solo home run from Steve Swingle as the T-Bones lead 4-1. We'll see the 3-4-5, the heart of the order from Laredo. Cesar Valera will get things started. Dennis Phipps and Ty Morrison will round it out. Valera steps in anyways, and he is 0 for 2 today after grounding into a 5-4-3 double play last time we saw him in the 5th. First pitch to Valera is outside, 1-0 from Johnny Shuttlesworth. Shuttlesworth sent the Lemurs down in order last inning. Next pitch is low, I suppose, 2-0. Again, last night, Valera did pick up an RBI on a suicide squeeze in the 6th inning of that one. Next pitch is just inside, 3-0. Corner infield played in. Now they back off behind 3-0. Next pitch is a fastball right where it had to be, 3-1. The 3-1 is in the same spot, and that draws the count full. As now Cesar Valera will have to go into defense mode. With the count full, on deck for Laredo is Dennis Phipps. Full count payoff pitch is just inside. Valera will walk to lead things off. Dennis Phipps comes on now. The dangerous Phipps has been kept in check today as he's 0 for 3. He had yet to get a ball out of the infield until the 5th inning when he flew out to right field. He popped up to both middle infielders in the 1st and the 3rd. First pitch to Phipps is on the inner half, 0-1, as Johnny Shuttlesworth paints the corner perfectly. No Pokemon crowd like I expected after they've brought in a Pokemon Go. I guess it's called a lure. I'm not into Pokemon in the slightest. I don't know why it's making a comeback right now, but it is. And Wichita ran a promotion today, so Laredo said, hey, we're going to piggyback off that. Let's do that promotion as well. They bought a lure. Didn't work, I suppose. It's been a relatively small crowd. So the next pitch is inside, evening the count at 1. Granted, it is a small crowd, but it is a rowdy, rambunctious, and loud crowd, as they have made their feelings known about certain calls, about certain plays, and about certain players. 1-1 is grounded past Leon down the line. Phipps is on for the single. Gillies trying to bait Valera into going. That'll be runners on first and second with no one down. Ty Morrison steps on out. Ty Morrison, ever so dangerous, is 1 for 3. He singled in the 4th and scored the lone Laredo run as well. He also struck out swinging in the 2nd. Say that for good measure. Dave Schaub will get his outfielders in check. Infield playing at double play depth. Leon in on the grass. This would be an opportune time to lay down a sacrifice bunt if you're Laredo. They've been known to do it. And with runners on first and second and no down, I don't see why not. First pitch is on the outer half, called strike, 0-1 to Morrison. Here comes the 0-1 from Shuttlesworth. Morrison grounds to Wiley. Wiley ranging to his left can only make the simple play to Blackwood on the 4-3 putout, putting runners on second and third with one down. J.D. Pulfer comes on now. Pulfer singled in the second, was eventually gunned down at home by Josh Hodges. He is 1 for 3 today. Strikeout would be astronomical here. Anything, a fly ball anywhere could prove dangerous. Ground ball would be not ideal, but it would be luxurious. So I'm bringing out the thesaurus, bringing out these big words. That's about as far as it gets. J.D. Pulfer will take the first pitch and launch it to left field. Gillies still retreating off the wall. And I suppose not, as they call that a 3-run home run to tie it up, as J.D. Pulfer ties the game at 4 with one swing of the bat. That'll score Valera and Phipps. Like I said, we're now tied at 4. That takes a decision away from Josh Hodges. And the replay does prove it. It's over. It bounced off the fence. I can barely see left field. I apologize for that call as I misled some of you. But it bounced off the fence and back into play, and that's all I saw. The fence is yellow, which means anything off it, and it's gone. J.D. Pulfer coming up clutch for the Lemurs. That was Pulfer's 4th home run of the season. Be Zane Chavez coming on now. Chavez is 1 for 2 today with a double, clear back in the second. Shuttlesworth did not receive a mound visit, which is somewhat surprising. Usually after giving up a 3-run home run, pitching coach will come out and ask you what's going on. First pitch to Chavez is grounded to Wiley, and Wiley will make the routine 4-3 for the second out. This is turning quickly into what last night was. Last night the teams were tied at 1 through 8. T-Bones eventually were sent down in order in the top of the 9th. And Laredo, of course, won it on a walk-off sacrifice fly from Alvaro Rondon. But now with 2 down, and the score tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 8th. Abel Nieves comes up to bat. Nieves takes the first pitch and fouls it back 0-1. Nieves is 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the 4th. Next pitch from Shuttlesworth is a fastball right on the corner, called strike 0-2. Shuttlesworth tries to get Nieves chasing one outside. Nieves doesn't bite. A 1-2 count. Low from Shuttlesworth. Nice block by Swingle. Not like it matters with no one on base and 2 down. But the count is now even at 2. Off the glove of Leon and popped right over the head of Frias as Nieves grounded that sharply. And a spot right in the 5.5 hole, as Tony Gwynn made famous during his time with the San Diego Padres. And speaking of San Diego, that's where the All-Star game is currently happening. And for you T-Bones fans that also follow the Royals but have been following this broadcast diligently, first off, I'd like to say thank you. But second off, Eric Hosmer hit a home run. Then on the very next at-bat, Salvador Perez hit a home run. And you'll never guess who they were off of. Former Royal Johnny Cueto. Now, if that's not a big we miss you, I guess would be the correct wording, or you missed out on this team, then I don't know what is. Bill Sobey came out to check on Shuttlesworth, and he'll walk back slowly back to the dugout. As Alvaro Rondon steps into the box. That hit by Bill Nevis tied each team with 10 hits. Shuttlesworth checks on Nieves at first. Nieves dives back safely. Shuttlesworth checks again. Nieves dives back, gets his hand in there again safely. And they do have a pinch runner at first base. It'll be Jimmy Norris. Norris does not have a stolen base attempt this season. First pitch to Rondon is outside, 1-0. One-0 count to Alvaro Rondon. He's proven he's clutch in this series so far with the walk-off hit last night. With the game tied here in the bottom of the eighth, 2 down. Shuttlesworth to check on Norris again at first. I'm sure there's no one happier in the entire park than Troy Marks, as he is also off the hook for the loss. Shuttlesworth delivers home again. Rondon lunges for one that was way out of the zone. Thank you for the gift. The count is now even at 1. Shuttlesworth checks on Norris. Norris is back. Shuttlesworth delivers home. Rondon grounds to Frias at short. Frias with the strong throw gets past Wiley at second. That's still trailing. They're going to send Norris home. Wheat fires. Close play at the plate. Swingle diving. Got him out as Steve Swingle lays down the perfect tag and limits the damage as the T-Bones only surrender 3 in what could have been worse on a throwing error by Vladimir Frias and a stronger throw from Dalton Wheat to Steve Swingle at home. Steve Swingle with a nice grab and a diving tag to get Norris at home. The T-Bones and the Lemurs are still tied at 4 as Pete Incaviglia will come out and argue that call. T-Bones and the Lemurs, as they calm down here, still tied at 4 as the Lemurs pick up 3 on 1 swing from J.D. Pulver as we head to the 9th here in the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. It's about as eerily similar as it can get to last night. The T-Bones lost on a walk-off. They went to the top of the ninth, tied at 1. Today they go to the top of the ninth, tied at 4. The only difference is that it's the top of the lineup this turnaround for Kansas City as Tyson Gillies gets things started. First pitch strike from Inman is in there, 0-1. Jeff Inman is usually the closer for Laredo. This is not a closing opportunity, but he does have gaudy stats. With a 1.71 ERA, he's 2-1 on the season in 23 appearances with 26 and a third innings pitched. He struck out 23 while walking 7 and picking up 7 saves. 1-1 count to Gillies. Gillies fouls it off and out of play, 1-2. The day is officially done for Luis De La Cruz. He came in and pitched 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, giving up 2 runs that are both earned. Gillies chops that to the first baseman, and he can't handle it. It'll be interesting to see what they rule is. I can see it going either way. It was just a chopper, and it appeared that Poso, who was playing first base, typically catcher, could not handle. And that puts Gillies on base. They will rule that an error for Poso. And that puts the man of the hour up at the plate, Brett Wiley. Brett Wiley is 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. That is the 3rd error of the day for the Lemurs as the T-Bones have had plenty of opportunities. It's not been a bad day by either team. Kansas City picked up 4 runs throughout the game. First pitch to Wiley comes up hacking big time. Comes up empty, 0-1. Kansas City scored in the 1st, 5th, 7th, and the 8th. The Lemurs scored in the 4th and then had a 3-run home run by J.D. Pulver in the bottom of the 8th. That's what tied it up at 4 here at the top of the 9th. Inman checks on Gillies at first. He's back safely. Inman of Wiley. Wiley comes up hacking again and comes up empty at 0-2. Jeff Inman has been a very reliable source for Laredo all year. Jeff Inman played his college ball at Stanford University in Palo Alto, California. And he's another guy that I really don't like, as Wiley fouls it off in the Lemur dugout, 0-2. Jeff Inman was drafted by the Kansas City Royals in the 19th round of the 2006 draft at a Garces Memorial High School in Bakersfield, California, and he turned it down. And he signed to play with Stanford. I guess I can't knock him there. It's a world-class education. But he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 12th round of the 2009 draft out of Stanford. Spent his entire professional career with the Pirates as Wiley with a defensive swing that was down in the dirt, fouls it off 0-2. since 2009 when he was 21 years old. He's played every year, including last season where he reached AAA with Indianapolis, which is the AAA affiliate for the Pirates. In 2015, where he played for the AA and AAA teams, he went 2 for 2 with a 2.87 ERA and 37 2/3 innings pitched. He's recorded 5 saves, struck out 33, and walked 9. Still an 0-2 count to Wiley. Inman checks on Gillies at first, delivers home, and Wiley lines that sharply to short. He steps on, almost fluid-like, for the 6-3 double play as Alvaro Rondon shows his athleticism, fielding the ball in motion, stepping on like it was nothing, and then firing over for what he made look easy, a 6-3 double play. Jake Blackwood comes on now. One swing could do wonders for the T-Bones. Blackwood is due as he's 0 for 4 today. They have the shift on Blackwood. The first pitch is a fastball right at the knees, 0-1. Rondon is pretty much in shallow left. Valera is guarding the line. Pulfer is right behind the second base bag. And that leaves Jesus Pozo about 20 feet from the foul line. And at first, covering the entire right side. Next pitch is a fastball that's dug out by the dirt by Zane Chavez, evening the count at 1. Blackwood comes up hacking on one that's outside and empty, 1-2. Kansas City cannot squander any sort of opportunity in the top of the ninth. Here comes the 1-2. Blackwood, defensive swing, fouls it down the third baseline. 1-2 is what we'll stay at. One-two to Blackwood. Blackwood hits it right into the shift where Pulfer's waiting behind second base bag. And Jeff Inman sends the T-Bones down in order, allowing one man to reach on an error, but the double play by Brett Wiley shuts things down. As Kansas City will head to the bottom of the ninth, tied with the Lemurs at 4. And we'll see their 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Stay tuned to the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. So we get set to begin the bottom of the ninth. We'll see Aaron Baker come on. Aaron Baker came on last night in a situation identical to this. But the game tied in the bottom of the ninth. Aaron Baker came on to try to keep things going. He ended up giving a sacrifice fly RBI away and the walk-off with the bases loaded. It'll be J.D. Pulford getting things started. Pardon me, Leandro Castro. Should probably change my context. I saw the 18 is 10. First pitch, Castro tried to end it. And he fouls it straight back with the wild, out-of-control swing that just barely gets enough of the ball to foul it off. 0-1. Leandro Castro is not only fighting to win the game, but he is also trying to fight to keep his 16-game hitting streak alive as he's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts today. The 0-1 from Baker just barely misses somewhere. And the count is now even at 1. And Baker will plunk Castro. That's his last at-bat. That ends the hitting streak. Castro wasn't happy, but he'll make his way down to first. That puts the winning run on first. That opens the door for Drew Martinez, who had a big part in last night's walk-off as he advanced the runners on a single. And he comes on now, 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. Baker comes set. Martinez shows bunt. Doesn't lay it down, but doesn't pull it back. 0-1 count. Martinez shows bunt again, lays it down the first baseline. Swingle lets it go. Foul ball. That'll be 0-2. Castro went charging hard around second. Looked like he really tried to take out Frias. Frias, the veteran, not too happy with it. He'll stare him down as Castro walks back to first. Martinez will be forced to swing the bat now with an 0-2 count. Leon still sneaking up on the third base grass. So I don't expect Martinez to lay down a bunt with the 0-2 count, but I've been shocked before. Baker will check on Castro at first, and he's back safely. Leon still creeping in. Martinez slaps it to Frias. That's short. Frias takes care of it. Hard slide. Frias strong throw. Splits by Blackwood. Nails him on the 6-3 double play. And Frias is late getting up. Castro will help him up. And that's a huge double play, getting the T-Bones out of trouble. as Vladimir Frias is easily one of the top shortstops in the American Association, and he just showed why on that 6-3 double play. Can't get too excited in the bottom of the ninth. It's still one swing of the bat can end it. Pete Incaviglia is out to argue the call at first. That's about as common as it gets, as I've seen him argue like 40 calls since I've been in Laredo. Of course, that's an exaggeration, but the man loves to yap at umpires. He's still out there. Looks as if it may be getting a little heated. Incaviglia will walk back. First base umpire Gilbert Signs will turn around and return as well. Huge moment in the game as Cesar Valera comes up to bat. Valera is 0 for 2 today with 2 walks and a run scored. Everybody in T-Bones, actually everybody in the park, I don't know why I'm just narrowing that down to the T-Bones, takes a big breath. So he gets set to begin this at-bat. First pitch from Baker is low, 1-0 to Valera. Baker comes set once again. Fires it home and it hits the dirt, 2-0 count, it's low. Aaron Baker has been a lifelong Kansas Cityan. Spent his professional career with the Kansas City T-Bones. Baker was born in Belton, Missouri, and attended the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg, Missouri. So the next pitch is outside, 3-0 to Valera. Baker did not spend his entire career in Kansas City. He spent his first season of professional ball and playing for Gateway in the Frontier League. And he spent one season in the Philadelphia Phillies organization. The highest level he reached was high A, where he went 1-0 with a 4.32 ERA in 6 appearances, 8 in the third. He struck out 10 while walking none. Last season for Kansas City, that fastball's outside and Valera walks, putting the winning run on first. And that opens the door for Dennis Phipps, who has a knack for the extraordinary. He scored the winning run last night, and I hate to see him up in this situation again. But last season for Kansas City, Aaron Baker made 42 appearances and went 4-5 with a 2.95 ERA. He picked up 4 saves along the way in 58 innings pitched. He struck out 46 while walking 17. First pitch from Baker, the fastball right down the heart of the plate, 0-1. Phipps doesn't like it, but I love it. Baker checks on the runner. Valera's back standing. There's 2 voices that I've heard all game from the fans. If you've ever seen the movie Major League, it's the 2 fans that sit up in the top row and just yap the entire time. I've been hearing it from them. They're telling Aaron Baker to not be scared. I don't think it's being scared. I think it's smart baseball to keep Valera in check on the base pass, especially since Valera does have 1 steal, but he has 4 attempts on the season. This is a major point of the game with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. And Phipps gets under it and lost it to right field. Dalton and Wheat tracking it. But Tyler Massey will squeeze it for the 3rd out, and we got some free baseball coming your way from Unitrade Stadium in Laredo, Texas. Stay tuned to the T-Bones Broadcast Network as we head to the 10th, tied at 4.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network as we begin extra innings here in the 10th inning. We'll see the 4, 5, 6 hitters at the heart of the lineup for the T-Bones. Anthony Gallus will get things started here. Anthony Gallus is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks, but with a run scored, scoring in the 7th. First pitch from Jeff Inman is low, 1-0. Fastball finds the lower half, 1-1 count now to Gallus. Gallus takes his time getting back into the box, and rightfully so. This is a major part in the game. And it's outside to Gallus, 2-1. Outside to Gallus again. 3-1 count as he has a pitch to play with. And Gallus fouls it off, and the count on the go full. On deck for Kansas City is number 3, Tyler Massey. And Gallus will walk, putting the go-ahead run on first. Walking batters is not something that Jeff Inman is accustomed to. But, of course, we'll take that free gift. And Tyler Massey comes on now in an ever-so-important part. And Massey has had himself a game, picking up 2 RBIs and a run scored, going 3 for 4 at the plate. He had an RBI single last time we saw him in the 7th. As this appears to be the man that you want up in this time. First pitch to Massey is outside, 1-0. Next pitch is inside to Massey, and he's ahead 2-0. Third baseman Valero will come in and check on his pitcher. Elsewhere, In the American Association, Joplin won the first game of that doubleheader 7-4. Texas lost to Lincoln 1-0. Sioux City and Winnipeg are at the bottom of the ninth. Sioux City is clinging to an 8-4 lead. Gary beat Fargo 8-7. The second game of the Joplin-Wichita doubleheader is in the top of the seventh, and Wichita leads 6-1. And Sioux Falls and St. Paul are in the top of the ninth, as St. Paul leads 5-0. Last night there were 3 American Association games, and they all ended in walk-offs, including our very own, as the T-Bones dropped to Laredo 2-1. Texas lost to Lincoln 5-4, and Gary South Shore was dropped by Fargo 3-2. This is about as weird as it gets. Pitching coach Ben Moore will come out and check on Jeff Inman. Next pitch, I don't know where I'm at right now, is outside to Massey, and he's got plenty to play with as he's ahead 3-0. Next pitch walks Massey and puts a runner in scoring position for Dalton Wheat, who tripled in the fifth. So he is 1 for 3 today with that RBI triple. Dalton Wheat having a chance for the spectacular in his young career as both corner infielders will weigh in on the grass. Jesus Poso will come and talk to Inman. Poso is a catcher regularly, as he knows probably exactly what's going to be coming. Or at least has a better guess than some of the major other infielders on this team. Since he's seen time behind the dish, he's had to get in the head of a hitter, and I guess a pitcher. And now he tells him exactly what's going to happen. It appears Dalton Wheat is suspected to lay down a bunt. First pitch, Wheat does show a bunt, pulls it back. Neither runner goes. It'll be 1-0. It appeared that Massey was going to take off running with Alvaro Rondones. Rondones coming to cover third. But Massey retreats, knowing better. Panda Poso will come and talk to Inman again to discuss strategy. Inman tries to throw back at Massey. It gets past Pulfer. Massey doesn't notice it until Gallus is at second. It gets past Pulfer at second. Gallus doesn't notice it until it's already in the glove of Martinez in center field. And he'll stay at second. Runners still at first and second as they had that golden opportunity with the ball getting away from the infield. Pulfer coming in to talk to Inman. It appears they're going to try something funky again, as that was kind of a funky pickoff move. Very heated contest tonight, 4-4 as we're in extra innings in the top of the 10th. Wheat shows bunt again, lays it perfectly down to the pitcher's mound. Wheat's got speed to burn, close play at first, but runners are safe at second and third while Wheat is out. He still does his job anyways and puts the sacrifice in order for Vladimir Frias. Vladimir Frias comes on now. Frias is 0 for 4 today, as he is hitless in the past 2 games. First pitch to Frias, though. They're going to put him on intentionally. And test Steve Swingle, who's on the on-deck circle. Second intentional ball. Finds the glove, and that's ever so important. Double play will be in order when Frias advances to first. And Frias will intentionally walk to first. And Pete Incaviglia will come out and talk to his closer. And it appears we're going to have a new pitcher coming into the game. Stay tuned to the T-Bones Broadcast Network as we have the bases loaded here in the top of the 10th. Game tied at 4 here at Unitrade Stadium in Laredo, Texas.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. It'll be Kamakani Usui, who picked up the win last night, coming on in relief for Jeff Inman with the bases loaded and 1 out for Steve Swingle. First pitch to Swingle is outside, 1-0. Former ACCAC catcher out of Mesa Community College, Swingle, finds himself up in what's probably the biggest part of his professional career to this point, as he's just a rookie. A fastball just barely outside to Swingle, 2-0. Swingle spent the first part of his career at Mesa Community College. His grandpa was in the ACCAC as well. Joe Swingle, he played college baseball at Phoenix College. This is another Division II. But Steve Swingle's father, Paul Swingle, played college baseball and Major League Baseball. Swingle comes up hacking on a fastball. It's in the dirt, 2-1. Paul Swingle did see some time in the major leagues as a pitcher in 1993 with the California Angels. That one's outside. Swingle's got a pitch to play with, 3-1. Paul Swingle did make 9 appearances, all relief. He went 0-1 with an 8.38 ERA. And in 9 2/3 innings total, he struck out 6 while walking 6. And it only makes sense that a pitcher has a son that becomes a catcher, because that catcher's son's going to know exactly how to talk to the pitchers. The Swingle comes up swinging, missing, drawing the count full. On deck for Kansas City is number 36, Sergio Leon. Steve Swingle started his career at Mesa Community College, and he worked his way to Grand Canyon, where he started 52 games and hit .319 with 2 home runs, 38 RBIs, and 28 runs scored. And he made his way to Cameron University, where, of course, he was successful as well. And Swingle, they say, holds up. That'll walk a run home as Kansas City takes the go-ahead 5-4 lead on a ball that was high. Swingle checked the swing and pulled it back just in time. Kansas City with a late 5-4 lead. Steve Swingle, welcome back from the disabled list. Have yourself a day, young man. You walk home the winning run. You had a solo home run in the 8th as he went 2 for 4 today. He also hit a double in the 6th. And Starlin Rodriguez will come in to hit for Leon. Rodriguez led off last night. He's the regular leadoff guy, but he'll be batting in what is now the 9 hole. Last night, Rodriguez went 1 for 4 with the run scored. Bases still loaded and 1 down, pardon me. Rodriguez swinging at something that he shouldn't have in the dirt, 0-1. At 92 miles an hour, I'm sure it didn't have any break that made you think it's going to end where he thought it was going to end. From Usui is blown by Rodriguez as he comes up empty 0-2. Been 4 walks in this inning. That's load the bases and scored a run. And with Rodriguez behind 0-2, I don't foresee that in his forecast. But I wouldn't mind a bloop in the shallow outfields with the infield playing in. Rodriguez tries for it, but he fouls it back and stays alive at 0-2. I don't have much of a view down to the T-Bones bullpen. Actually, much of a view is an understatement. I don't have any view of the T-Bones bullpen, but if I had to make a guess, former Laredo Lemur and T-Bones closer Mark Haynes would be up and milling around. Here comes the 0-2 to Rodriguez. He chops it to Poso, who fires home for the sure out at home. And that's the only one they'll get, as the double play was not in order with Rodriguez burning down. There'll be runners on second and third for the top of the lineup. Tyson Gillies. And Gillies' leadoff debut for Kansas City. He has gone 1 for 4 with the run scored. And like I've said since I've started this broadcast, this team is resilient, and that's what you need to pull out extra inning wins as they have this late lead with 2 down here in the top of the 10th. T-Bones lead 5-4. Gillies checks the swing. They say he goes anyway, and he's behind 0-2. Strikeout would be hurtful here to strand the bases loaded. But I trust Gillies to put it in play, although he is behind 0-2 with 2 down. And yes, the bases are loaded. Here comes the 0-2. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Chavez to keep it in front of him. And not giving Frias on third any chance to break home. 1-2 count. Usui comes set. Here comes the 1-2, and it's outside. That'll even the count at 2 as Gillies is working himself back into this count. Here comes the 2-2 from Usui, and it's outside. That'll draw the count full. A walk extends the T-Bones lead. A strikeout keeps it at 5-4. On deck for Kansas City is the ever-so-dangerous Brett Wiley. Usui's going to take his time on this payoff pitch. It's ever so important. Here it comes. And Gillies fouls it off and out of play off the end of his bat. And the count will remain full. Tyson Gillies doing a fine job covering the plate and defending on one that he knows he couldn't bloop. And just stays alive with the count full and the bases loaded. Here comes the full pitch, and Gillies' bat shatters and grounds back to Usui, who lobs it to first. The T-Bones strand the bases loaded, but not before they take the late 5-4 lead on 4 walks in 1 inning as the T-Bones lead 5-4 through 9.5 here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Mark Haynes will come in for another save appearance, a save opportunity, I should say, as the T-Bones cling to a 5-4 lead here in the bottom of the 10th inning and this slobber knocker at Unitrade Stadium here in Laredo. It's the Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore and Matt Folks. Mark Haynes does lead the team in saves with 9. That's top 5 in the American Association. The former Laredo Lemur has a 2.49 ERA in 20 appearances and 21 2/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 21 while walking 13. Like I said, his 9 saves are top 5 in the American Association, and he'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters For Laredo, Ty Morrison will get things started. Morrison is 1 for 4 with a run scored today. First pitch to Morrison is in there, 0-1. Mark Haynes from Rice University in Houston, Texas, 29-year-old right-hander, spent the past 4 seasons here in Laredo as Ty Morrison checks the swing, doesn't mean to hit it, but he'll make contact anyways, and he's on with a leadoff single. J.D. Pulfer coming up to bat now as he represents the winning run, and that's ever so scary with him as he hit a 3-run home run to tie things up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Last season, Mark Haynes played for Laredo and Amarillo, spending the second half of the season in Amarillo. During his time with Laredo, Mark Haynes picked up 7 saves. All of those came in 2013, but he did pick up 8 wins. Haynes checks on the runner at first. He's back in there safely. Last season, spending time in Laredo and Amarillo, Haynes went 1-1 with a 7.20 ERA. In 20 innings pitched, he struck out 14 while walking 12. Haynes checks on the runner again at first. He's back again safely. And the crowd is getting into it, knowing that Pulfer represents the winning run. At the plate, Morrison's fast, and he's on first. Don't be surprised if he takes one here. First pitch to Pulfer is a fastball in the corner, 0-1. Haynes comes set and checks on the runner once again. He dives back in there safely. J.D. Pulfer was drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 19th round of the 2011 draft out of the University of Oregon. He spent 2 seasons in that organization as a fastball goes across the plate. He falls behind 0-2 in 2011-2012. Highest level he reached was low A ball Yakima. He then played 2.5 seasons for Gary and then spent the last part of last season with Laredo. In 2015 with Gary and Laredo, he batted .279, 2 home runs and 50 RBIs while striking out 37 times. Morrison leading to second. Doesn't go. And Pulfer fouls it off his hands down the right field line. He stays live, 0-2. Haynes checks on the runner again. Of course, he's back safely. Haynes takes his time, delivers home. The 0-2 is inside on the inner half, and J.D. Pulfer will go down looking for a big strikeout as Mark Haynes records the first out at the bottom of the 10th, and that'll open the door for Zane Chavez. Chavez is 1 for 3 today with a double way back in the second inning, which was almost 4 hours ago. Haynes gets set for the first pitch. Chavez and checks on the runner. He can't let Morrison run. Mark Haynes would know what Ty Morrison is going to do on the base pass, as these two were teammates last season. Same with a lot of the Laredo Lemurs, as Mark Haynes spent part of last season and the previous 3 seasons here in Laredo. I'm sure he's got a lot of old friends that have come to watch him play and a lot of teammates that are afraid to face the hard-throwing right-hander on the mound. So you get Zane Chavez way out ahead of that, 0-1. Haynes comes set, looks on the runner, takes his time. About 5 minutes now, Mark Haynes. And the fish, finally, the umpire has to call time, as that took absolutely forever. And if you've caught on to one thing from anything that I've been doing during my broadcast, is that I absolutely hate when pitchers take forever between pitches. That time I understand it, as he frees the runner. Haynes comes set again. Fires home. Morrison runs. Swingle comes up throwing. Close play. It hits Morrison. And Ty Morrison steals second. The runner in scoring position, the tying run, now on second. That is the 10th stolen base of the season for Morrison. It comes with 1 down here in the bottom of the 10th. It's now a 1-1 count to Chavez. Haynes comes set, looks on the runner, fires home. Fastball, it's right on the outer half, 1-2. A strikeout would be astronomical here, and yes, that is my favorite word. Congratulations to everyone in Kansas City, as Eric Hosmer has just been named All-Star Game MVP. So Mark Haynes becomes the MVP in this game, and it looks like he struck out Zane Chavez, but the third base umpire says he doesn't go. I had a perfect angle of it, and upon second review, they do say he goes, and Zane Chavez strikes out swinging. Second straight strikeout of the 10th inning for Mark Haynes, and the second out of the inning as Panda Pozo finds his way in place of Abel Nieves. The day is done for Nieves. Nieves went 2 for 4 at the plate with an RBI. Not truly sure why they took him out. If I remember correctly, in the 8th, Jimmy Norris came in to pinch run for him. First pitch to Pozo's outside, 1-0. The small crowd gets on their feet as they want to see their Lemurs win, and I want to see our T-Bones win. Guess we'll have to duke it out. 0-1 count to Pozo. Pozo goes swinging for one in the dirt, 0-2, and Mark Haynes has 3 pitches to play with. Wouldn't be surprised if the hard-throwing Texan just tries to get him out here. Takes his time, stepping on the rubber, collects his thoughts. Gets a sign from his rookie catcher, Steve Swingle. Haynes finally comes set. Checks on the runner, fires home. And Pozo bloops one to Rodriguez at second. Rodriguez puts him out on the 4-3, and the T-Bones win the second game of the series 5-4 in grand fashion as they've walked home the go-ahead run in the top of the 10th. And Mark Haynes picks up his 10th save of the season. Aaron Baker picks up the win. We'll be right back after these short messages from our sponsors with a full post-game wrap-up here on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. This is Sam King filling in for Nathan Moore and Matt Folks. Kansas City picks up the win in grand fashion here as they took the lead on the top of the 10th, 5-4. Picking up the win for Kansas City is Aaron Baker. Baker took the loss last night in a walk-off fashion. Today he improves his record back to 500 at 2-2. Mark Haynes picks up his 10th save of the season when he went 1 inning, and it was the 10th, giving up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Taking the loss for Laredo was Jeff Inman. Inman went 1 2/3, giving up no hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 3 and struck out no one. Those 3 walks came in the top of the 10th, and Anthony Gallus was walked home by Steve Swingle. Swingle was walked by Usui. Usui picked up the win last night, so it's kind of bittersweet. This is how it went down. Kansas City does improve their record to 23-28 on the season. The Lemurs dropped to 30-22. The bats were led for Kansas City, by a whole host of players. I'm going to have to go with Tyler Massey. Massey went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. The case could be made for Steve Swingle, who went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, including that solo home run in the 8th. Dalton Wheat came up big as well, picking up an RBI triple. And Brett Wiley continuing his rancid tear through the American Association, going 2 for 5. Elsewhere in the American Association, I know I announced not too long ago, but the final scores are in as Gary taking an 8-7 win over Fargo. St. Paul shut out Sioux Falls 5-0. Sioux City beats Winnipeg 8-4. And Wichita finally dropped Joplin 6-2. Lincoln took a 1-0 win over Texas as they stayed 6 games ahead of Kansas City. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7:05. It'll be Jared Messer on the mound for the T-Bones, and for Laredo Lemurs will be the former first-round draft pick Barrett Laux. Sam King, I'll be on the call for that as well. As we continue this 4-game series and 10-game road trip, the T-Bones will play here in Laredo tomorrow, here in Laredo on Thursday, and they'll start a 3-game weekend series against the Joplin Blasters in Joplin, have an off day on Monday, and then hit the road for a 3-game series against the Lincoln Salt Dogs, where they'll meet up with old friend Robbie Coosdale. Again, the T-Bones win this one in extra innings, 5-4 in 10. Be back here tomorrow at same time, same person, and it's been a pleasure calling this game for you. This is Sam King signing off and saying stay safe out there.
This game on the T-Bones Broadcast Network was brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Tune in online all season to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Click on the Watch Live or Listen Live buttons at tbonesbaseball.com. T-Bones Baseball, that's fun. Well done.